open letter from a northerner to all Yorubas living in the north. Dear Yorubas living in the north, northerners in some western states are fleeing for their lives as their businesses, houses, and place of work has been destroyed by angry youths in the west. They even received death threats. They have no other choice than to flee to the north. But some of these northerners built a life in the west, but due to ignorance of some people, they were chased to the north. Please be specific, but I'd continue. Now, northerners are leaving for the north. What about Yorubas, southerners living in the north? If there should be, let's say there's a quarrel between Yorubas in the north and northerners, do you think they will spare these Yorubas? Northerners are peaceful people, but when you make them angry, you'll have to see the other side of them. It's high time Yorubas in the north realized that they need to go back to their homeland as northerners are fleeing for their homelands. They should do the same in order to promote peace between the two groups. Now it has gotten to the point where goods and cattle have to be blocked from entering the West. Yoruba should look at things from a different perspective. If goods and cattle are blocked from entering the West, it only means that there would be scarcity of beef, grains, legumes such as beans, and the cowpea family. Yorubas should stop sending northerners away. Without them, they wouldn't be productive enough. My guy, my G, careful of what you're saying. But since Yorubas have decided to chase northerners in the west, it's time for Yorubas in the north to get back home before things get out of hand. I pray for the peaceful coexistence of our country, Nigeria. Whose country? Nigeria. Amen. Would you agree with me in any way? First of all, from a neutral standpoint, if I was to read this, I would say that the northern part of the country are highly misfocused. Their priorities are so wrong. They are so wrong. Because in as much as it is not right as the innocent, because you got to understand there are certain people using your imagery, using your cultural way of income and your cultural way of living, impersonate you guys, whether it's real or not, and commit these crimes in your image. So when the media is covering these things, it's automatically just covers for the whole northern region of Nigeria, which of course is not fair. But we should also have the responsibility to not just feed into any news that we have. But why are the Yorubas angry? You're making it seem like as if the Yorubas are such violent people and this just happens out of nowhere. They were triggered and they were pushed. And why I say that, it seems as though the northern part of the country, from what this person is saying, because you are using the word we, the northern part, we, the this, we. So it is appropriate that I do refer to you guys as them, as a collective unit, because you've addressed yourself as that. The fact remains that your anger towards the Yoruba should go to the government. If you guys really think that, okay, fine, don't test us because we ourselves, we can get very, violent and we are strong too. My G, transfer that anger to the government. Transfer that anger to certain people in your societies that are not doing their job. Transfer that anger. Why is it that statistically the rates of, infant mortality is so high? Illiteracy is so high. It's not even that. It's the lack of exposure for me. Lack of exposure. So I'm not even saying that, okay, fine, everybody in the South is very intelligent and is the most intelligent, but you will realize that a lot of things that are abroad, they are in Nigeria. You have just got to look, where will you go and can you afford it? That's just the difference. And that is a class and income issue, not a tribal issue. But for the fact that international acts will come, international, international organizations will come and all their events will be hosted in the southern part of the country. People will come and invest, build their businesses. International businesses are so many in the south. And people get exposed to different kind of things because of foreign investments, and it makes a place more, it makes it more well-rounded. And whose fault is that? Why it's even more embarrassing and why you should place your anger at the government is because your people account for most of the percentage of people that are in power, and yet your people are suffering the most. When it comes to the brightest of Nigeria, I'm not saying the northern part of the country is not bright, but when it comes to the statistics, and you cannot argue with the facts, a lot of them come from the south part of Nigeria. Can you name a university in the north that is as good as the one in the south? Even though, yes, the south also feels that, you know what, we can do better as well. But when people leave the country, for example, to go do greater things, you'd find that their base education, their degrees, their bachelor degrees are from universities in the southern part of the country. When you're hearing that, certain kids are taking part in, world-class examinations and Nigerians will come out the best. We do invest in ourselves. And so, and we do have a problem. We have our problems, but still, like, why are you blaming the Yorubas? Do you know what they went through? And I'm saying it's not justified that innocent headsmen or innocent Fulani's households would be going through prejudice and all that. But if you genuinely thought this was one Nigeria, I don't know. I really don't know. Because that really it makes you very delusional on a very real level. And if you cannot see how we are not one Nigeria, then there's no point having conversations with you about the heating topics of Nigeria, because you not even see it in the first place. But yeah, I'm not, from a neutral standpoint, this person just very, very bitter. um I believe that if you are very, very angry, if you are angry as you say, go and fight your government, go and fight them. That's it, because that's the language you understand. Go and protest. Okay, because right now you're not bringing religion into this, or what your religion says you should do, or anything. So if you're going to go and fight your religious leaders or whatever, or your the actual leaders of the country, that's who you should be blaming focus on. And it's not, to even add more depth to it, there are people in the south that are also, not blaming the government. But then for a vast majority of people in the south, they are actually blaming the government, because they understand that the government will try 100% at every given opportunity to put in divisive tactics that will make the people distracted, and as a result of that, they literally absolve themselves from any blame at all, and we start looking to ourselves as if we're the problem, when really the power to control security and all that, and enforce a good and effective system, is in the hands of the government. That's just what it is. It really is what it is. And again, the entitlement in you just came out to be like as if without the northerners in the western part of Nigeria, that they would not be as productive. Who told you that? Like, who actually told you that? Because if you go back to history, we're all living in separate, different empires. We had our trading system, and they were all living well. So it's not even a thing of, okay, fine, we're making it a pride thing where, oh, you need me or I need you. We were doing better individually before. Why Nigeria became one was because, again, the southern part of the country, which is a combination of Igbo's um workmanship skill, business skills, and majority, Yoruba, skill force, because when it came to the education, they were so good. So their labor supply was already very highly skilled. And these people coming together were just amazing in terms of, economic success and economic growth. And so the British were like, why should we be taking care of the northern people, and they should take care of themselves, and they're not producing enough to sustain themselves. So let's just join two parts of Nigeria together, the north and south, to make one Nigeria. So that's it. So don't ever think that because you're leaving the south cannot survive without you. We've integrated over the years, it's not even so long, as if we can't even trace back to how we were before. It's sad and embarrassing, but it is what it is. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.